Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and the bell icon so you get notified of each new video as they come out.
Hey everybody, I'm JJ Johnson. You're watching Reality Survival, and I had a request from a viewer, Patrick Adams, asked if I could talk a little bit about first aid kits for the home and what I put in it, and how to put it together. And should you buy a pre-made one or should you put it together yourself, and all that kind of stuff. So that's what this video is going to be about. I don't have any problem against buying pre-made first aid kits. They're a good way to start it out. They usually come with a container. They're fairly, cost effective. But what I would recommend is that you take, and if you're going to do that, if you're going to go that route, then take and add to it over time and build it up so that it actually has all the things in it that you need, right? What I did for my house recently, just literally like a couple weeks ago, was we put together a whole toolbox. I got this at Harbor Freight, and I wouldn't recommend that box for it because the latches on it really suck. But anyway, it's about the right size for everything that you need for a home first aid kit. And I'll go through all the contents of what I got in there here in just a second. But I had a whole bunch of stuff like spread around the house, a little bit here, a little bit there, all that kind of stuff. And I didn't really have one consolidated thing that I could go to grab to take care of whatever. I mean, I have lots of trauma kits and other bigger first aid kit bags for like my prepping medical kind of grid down kind of thing, but those are like big trauma bags, and it doesn't really focus on like the common household stuff that you would normally see. And so that's what I did with this box, is I kind of put together a hodgepodge of stuff that we had laying around the house, a little bit of trauma stuff, and went and got some stuff from like Walmart Pharmacy and from Walgreens. So all in all, I have probably, I don't know, about $200 total in this kit. And that's, like I said, a combination of things, not just the brand new stuff, but some of the stuff I had and all that kind of stuff. But that's a good estimate of what I would say it would probably cost you to put together a pretty comprehensive one to cover most of the kind of things that you see. And some of these things you might not need in here that I have in here, but I think it covers the majority of it. So let's go ahead and take a look at what I got in here. Okay, so just starting at the top of this kit here, basically I just put in, it's got a little transparent section, I just put in some small things that might get buried in the other part and might be a little harder to find, and just stuff that fit in there really well. The gloves on top, that obviously is one of the first things you want to do, so that kind of reminds you for your personal protection. Then we've also got just some eye drops, some Visine eye drops. I gotta get that in focus. Whatever. And then a little tube of Neosporin, just some stuff we had laying around. The eye drops were new. And then a couple of boxes of the butterfly closures. And those are pretty handy for bigger cuts and stuff. This stuff here, if you guys haven't tried it, it works really well. It's called New Skin, and I recently used some of this on one of Xander's cuts. See if we can get it to come in for you. Anyway, it's called New Skin, and it's basically a liquid bandage, and all you do is just brush it onto the wound, and it seals it up, and it actually works really well, and Xander's cut's been healing up nicely. Next thing is just some Walmart brand tape, waterproof tape, and then we've got some of this basically it's like I don't know what to call it. It's not Curlex, but clingy stuff. That's what I call it. And basically, it just helps to once you've bandaged a wound or whatever, you can take this tape and you can kind of wrap it around it, and it's sticky and it helps to hold, the bandage in place and stuff like that. And that's for like medium-sized, kind of cuts or whatever. All right. So in here, I've got another bigger bottle of the new skin, and I try to kind of, this side is kind of the side that is like the most commonly used stuff, and then I've got some kind of more trauma related items over here, so they're quick access. So we've got some Neosporin foaming liquid, just kind of, it's for kids, it doesn't sting, it's to kind of clean up the wound and do a little bit of antiseptic properties. Got some Neosporin antibiotic ointment, a little bit of aloe vera gel, and then 2 bags of, these are the larger boxes of Band-Aids. Actually combined a couple different ones. Put them in a Ziploc because it saves a lot of space when you put them in a Ziploc. And then these are the butterfly style finger Band-Aids. And those are really good for cuts on your fingers and stuff like that. So that's that. We've got a little bit of ear drops, just in case we've got, swimmer's ear or, earaches or something. And then this came in a recent battle box. It was a quick seal wound care. So I just went ahead and threw that up on top there. And that's just to stop some bleeding and probably more minor wounds and abrasions. This also came in a battle box, and that was the Stat tourniquet. And so I went ahead and threw that in here. Also have a small little flashlight, a little Olight flashlight. This is the S1 baton. And that's just for, examining, looking into the wound, whatever the case may be. And then we've got just a small set of fingernail clippers, roll of athletic tape, a H&H compressed gauze, and that's for packing like a penetrating wound or something along those lines. Then I also have an Israeli bandage, just an emergency trauma bandage, and show that some more tape there. Set of shears, and give a quick shout out to Renaissance Marine. He's the one that turned me on to these. These are bleed stop. You can get these at Walmart, and they're fairly cheap. I think it was like $5 per package. You just pour it into the wound, and it helps to clot the wound. And he did it on himself on his video, and he said it didn't really sting or anything, and it worked pretty well. So I thought that was kind of cool, and good to have around the house in case somebody cuts themselves with a knife or something along those lines. So that is all that's on the top part of this. And again, it's not like you ever anticipate having any kind of trauma to deal with in your home, but anything's possible. It's always possible. Maybe somebody fell on a sharp stick, or cut themselves on falling on a brick, or got a major laceration, or who knows what. It doesn't have to necessarily be a gunshot wound, but sometimes there can be serious injuries in the home, so you want to have that stuff available so that you can get to it quickly. So, and if there was a gunshot wound, obviously you could take care of it with that. So on the next side here, I'll just cover the other trauma items I have in here, just since we're on that subject. I have an additional trauma bandage. Probably don't need that. That's probably overkill. Another set of the H&H, but I've got them there. And then a triangular bandage. And those are stuff that I've scavenged from other old first aid kits that I had around. And then this is what the box for Bleed Stop looks like. I bought basically 2 boxes. They come in a 3-pack, so I got 6 of them, and I just went ahead and put another one. I fit a 4th one down in there. So if the first 2 didn't work, we'd have something to go to. Okay, and then as far as other big injuries concerned, a couple of rolls, and I got all this gauze from the Walmart pharmacy. It's the Equate brand. So I got, what, 3 rolls of, just this kind of gauze basically. And then, nope, I take that back, 5 rolls of the small gauze. And then 1 larger roll of like I think it's called like acrylic style, or whatever gauze. It's a little bigger. And those are mostly going to be for, wrapping a wound and holding the bandage in place or something along those lines. Then we have some additional small gauze pads, there's 2x2s, and some really big band-aids. They're like the super large size. Alright. Got a box of eye patches in case, we had to bandage up an eye or something along those lines. Somebody got something in their eye and we wanted to keep it, covered. Got a whole bunch of 4x4s, just a big stack of them. A little bit of burn gel. An Ace style, just elastic bandage. This is the Walmart brand one. A bottle of saline solution. Got this for cleaning out eyes as well as cleaning out rinsing wounds. This works pretty good for that kind of thing. So you don't have to get a specific wound wash. You can just use saline solution. Got a couple of finger splints. Little injuries, little, jammed fingers and different things like that. Then we got some hand sanitizer and a little Bactine, just kind of a pain relieving, and a cleansing kind of spray for wounds. Got some calamine lotion, poison ivy, and anti-itch kind of stuff. A little bit of anti-diarrheal medication. It's just the Equate brand. And what else? Some magnesium. This is just a laxative, and it's a very kind of a soft laxative. It's not like X-Lax or whatever where it kind of will tear your gut up. This is, it's a little bit more kid friendly. Got a couple of tubes of hydrocortisone cream, 1% and 2.5%. A bottle of ibuprofen, as well as a bottle of acetaminophen. You can stack those two to get additional pain relief if you need to. You don't want to stack 2 sets of NSAIDs, but you can stack acetaminophen and ibuprofen with no problems. A little bit of gas relief, and I think, let's see, we're getting close. And some Pepto-Bismol, and then just some petroleum jelly. And so that stuff, it's all pretty basic stuff, but it's kind of the stuff that you are most likely going to need to deal with in your home. One other thing that I am wanting to put in there is some Benadryl. Some Benadryl, because Benadryl is pretty useful stuff to have around, and so I definitely want to get some of that to add to this as well. But I'm sure that I'm forgetting something. This is kind of just, like I said, what I threw together when I was in somewhat of a, not really a hurry, but I was just doing it kind of off the cuff, and this is what I came up with. So definitely let me know down in the comments below what else should I add to this that you guys can think of that would be useful. I would appreciate that. Okay, so that about wraps it up for the first aid kit / trauma kit that I keep in our house, just for quick access stuff that we are most likely to deal with, on a kind of a regular basis or whatever. And before we go, I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about a good resource for you for building trauma kits, building first aid kits, and all that kind of stuff. If you decide to do it yourself, Skinny Medic has a really good YouTube channel. I'm sure most of you guys have heard of his channel. He recently redesigned his website, so you can now go to medicalgearoutfitters.com and then go to /discount reality survival, and that'll get you 10% off of any of the items in his store. This is one of the kits that I've reviewed in the past. I believe this was his response kit, and it's a really good kit. It comes with a nice little bag. My wife carries this in her vehicle, and you know, it's got a lot of stuff in it, and I think it's a really good deal for you guys, especially with the 10% off. You'd be able to get this for about $63, I think. So I think it's like $70 normally, $69.99 or something like that. Pretty cool little pouch, a little bag here, and it's got, you know, a lot of the stuff that you would need in there for, you know, like a car crash or, you know, just that kind of thing. But he's got all different kinds of stuff. He sells tourniquets, you know, chest seals, any different kind of thing that you could need for wound care or anything along those lines. And he's got pre-made kits, as well as you can buy the stuff individually. So, and he uses all good products, all good stuff. He's an active EMT. He knows his stuff. If you guys aren't subscribed to his channel, definitely subscribe to his channel. Let him know that I sent you over there. But yeah, so definitely a good place to go if you're looking for trauma stuff. If you're looking for kits that have been put together by a professional, then, you know, this is a good way to go as well. So anyway, hit him up over there, check out his channel, and yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for as far as first aid stuff. If you guys are interested in seeing my big kind of you know, oh shit bag, for lack of a better word, kind of, you know, my grid down prepper bag or whatever, you know, medical bag that I have, I'm happy to do it. It's a lot of stuff in there, and it might not be the most exciting video, but it might give you some good ideas for other things that you want to see in your first aid kits. I don't know. Anyhow, as always, guys, I definitely appreciate it when you click the thumbs up button, when you share it with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. And don't forget to live the 6 Ps. Proper prior preparation prevents poor performance. Stay safe, guys.